I love when people like two words sound a bit alike and they completely like Michael Scott when he's giving that wedding toast. He's like, "It's a wedding." He goes, Webster defines a wedding as the fusing of two metals with a hot torch. Yeah. And you're like, that's welding, you asshole.
That is really funny. That's a good bit.
We all know webbing is the space between a duck's toes.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Or your inbred cousin's fingers.
Mm.
Do inbred people get webbing?
No, but
we should breed some fucking Michael Phelps super inbred duck hand,
Think of how far behind we are in the race. China's been doing this shit for 20 years. They've already got duck men living underground, creating their own parallel society.
Okay, Kramer.
Yeah, how are you telling this joke not as Alex
We've had a pig man since 95 at least.
Pig man.
We've had frog
Why
man.
95? What happened in 95 that was like
the episode of Seinfeld about the pig man?
Mm.
Yeah.
They were like, well, can we do it?
Yeah, I can't do any Kramer impression.
This is what Al Gore.
Pig man.
Yeah, Al Gore leaned into that with the man bear pig. We saw another glimpse of it in pop culture. So you're right.
I'm super cereal.
I'm cereal, guys. It's the man bear pig.
They wanted to know if they could do something, but they never asked if they should.
When's the new South Park come out? I feel like it's been forever since the new South Park season came out.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I thought last season was good. I want them to rip on Tiger King. I think they could do a whole season parodying Tiger King very, very easily. And Kenny getting eaten by tigers, and I don't know. Randy Marsh could do something in there. He could open a tiger farm. He could be the Tiger King for all I care. It could be great.
How many episodes are normally in a South Park season? 12 or 24 or 20? Like, is it
now they're so successful? They're like down to 10 or something, 10 or 12.
Yeah. So that's like the one thing that I think South Park could do really well now, but they won't because they don't need to make all this content. Is like have mini arcs. Give us 3 episodes on Tiger King, right? Like, give me a little something.
Some of their best stuff has been mini arcs. The Imagination Land mini arc is probably my favorite thing they've ever done. It's 3 episodes.
We've talked about this a million times. The mini arc, fine, 2 or 3 episodes. Don't do a full season arc. I don't like that with South Park.
In every show, anime, fucking real shows, like break it down to consumable, like 3-5 episode little.
Yeah, shit. We don't have the attention span for more than 3 of them.
Well, because like
it's not that.
It's that they run out of jokes. So like the election one they did a few years ago when Trump won, like. It was clear how bad of an idea it was to do a full story arc because they expected Hillary to win. And like, so after the election episode happened, it was like, clearly they were panicking. Like, where do we go from here? Shit, this arc already isn't as funny as we thought. We're drilling the jokes into the ground. Whereas if they were doing like a 3-episode thing, a 2-episode thing, a one-off, like, I don't know, that engages me more.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like when they're really operating off the seat of their pants. And you're right, because Hillary did not win, they were caught off guard, and they went to the member berries storyline, and it just wasn't very good. It wasn't
funny. Yeah, that just it was clearly a panic, like a crab people kind of thing they did. Because usually the episodes where crab people show up, it's not funny. And they've even admitted in interviews, they're like, crab people is a device we use if we cannot figure out how to end something. We just put crab people as the bad guys.
They look like crab and they taste like people, dude. They're
crab people. Walk
like what else
crabs,
is there?
talk like people.
Just like, what the hell?
Yeah, that show does rock. I love that. I'm getting so much little like in this quarantine, I'm watching my comfort shows a lot. Like It's Always Sunny, South Park, King of the Hill, like just any sort of downtime where I need background, like just comfort show. Throw on fucking season 4 King of the Hill.
Remind me what state you're in, Diller?
I live in Missouri.
Okay, so are you still locked down?
Yeah. I think you're in Wisconsin. So we're definitely before the peak. Oh, really? They haven't announced anything. Like we're kind of in like a indefinite until they say something, as far as I know.
I mean, California's, we're all committed, like we're in it till fall, like all the because I do a bunch of work in music industry stuff, all of the nightclubs, any like artists that I've talked to and stuff, like nobody's even booking shows or anything over like a small live stream production until I think the earliest I heard was my friend was like, yeah, I got scheduled for something in late August. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. So
that's not gonna happen. Like
unless you're in Georgia
for a few months from now. Oh yeah,
Georgia's open in Georgia, right?
We're
Yeah.
completely locked down. He's opening stuff up now, and it's a huge mistake. It's
For sure.
we
I
have
don't
like 15,000 cases or something.
So as
I just
devil's
don't
advocate,
understand.
oh, go ahead.
Okay. No, well, yeah, I'll be short. I just don't understand why it's so difficult for those who are excited. Like of course, we want to go back to normal or whatever the new normal will be. But like, how hard is it to understand that even if you open up the movie theater, I'm not going there. So like, you opening up the movie theater does not magically create this like windfall of spending. Like, I'm not going to the movie theater.
This is going to be the thing that kills theaters. Like finally puts a nail in the coffin for AMC and Warenberg. Like, there's no way.
Tucker, did I get you're happy about that vibe from your finally?
Oh, I don't see. Okay, let me rephrase. I don't see a lot of movies, period. And I usually save them for like a lot of the traveling that I do. There are certain movies that I just feel are essential to see in a movie theater, and I'll like go out of my way to see like IMAX, right? Like 1917 or like Blade Runner, or just something that is like really well shot, and you need that experience. Cool, those can stay, and I don't think those are going to go away. You're going to have
1917 so fucking good.
You're going to need to have those, right?
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, you should. It's
highly
fantastic.
recommended. They film it so it appears to be one shot for an entire fucking movie, and you're gonna have a real hard time catching the.
Not nearly enough World War I movies. Also, that's great.
You're gonna have a really hard time catching any cuts. You'll see sometimes like the technique they use, like a pan over a dark object, but there's never that quick cut. And now we're here.
Who directed it?
That's amazing.
That's a good question.
I don't remember. It's a true story, and it follows basically one guy the whole time, and it is brutal at times. There's a scene early on. I'm not spoiling anything. There's a scene early on where a character dies, and you're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! That guy's dead now?"
Yeah.
Well, shit. Okay.
Here's a spoiler free. I'll just link it for later. It's a 4-minute video that shows a side by side of the. This is a 4-minute long single shot scene, and they show the behind the scenes side by side what it looks like in the movie. And I watched this, and I was like, I guess I'm gonna rent this movie tonight. Like this is a must watch. It's incredible.
But stabilizers are so cool.
Yeah.
We got off the topic though. I thought that was interesting. Yeah. So you're saying demand won't kick back up?
No, so what happened was, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm gonna get my studios wrong, but it was not a Disney. It was like maybe a Pixar or Paramount or somebody decided to release at like same day at home, right? So they decided they would release like, I think it was like Trolls or some shit. So you could watch it same day at home, but you would watch it you'd watch it at cost for like what the theater thinks or what the production studio thinks a one-time like viewing experience would be. So instead of going and spending for me and one other person, obviously I'm in LA, it's very expensive, but like $40, $50, $60 to go see a movie that may not be essential for me to see in that experience, it's $5 at home. And everybody has like unless it is a movie like 1917, you don't need to watch Parasite in IMAX, right? Like, it's a fantastic movie. You will enjoy it the same if you have a big TV or at least like a nice area to watch it. So I say finally, in that it would remove a lot of the reasons that I currently have for me not going, like, I don't want to spend $35 to go see a movie when I could just watch it for free on the airplane that I'm about to watch.
You know what needs to make a comeback? The fucking drive-in movie, man. The fucking drive-in movie.
That's interesting.
Those are Woody made a face. Why not? That's your bread and butter.
How many drive-in movies have you been to?
I've been to dozens. My girlfriend's house was right next to a drive-in place. It's one of the few. Really? It's in East Atlanta. I won't go to. Look it up. East Atlanta Drive-In Movie Theater. I love that experience. Fucking drive up, and we get good and high. We're gonna be there. I'd watch a double feature if I could, and just sit in the car.
Filthy's got the opposite side. What you say? They suck, Filthy?
I remember them as kind of shitty, right? Like, you're uncomfortable in the car, like you're hanging speakers on windows that don't really sound that good and aren't that comfortable.
It's a little better now, Filthy.
Yeah, so I was saying I don't know what it's like.
So
I haven't been in
the audio actually, I agree, really sucked. But now they use your car stereo. You just turn it to the right station. Right. So
it makes sense.
It's an AM frequency. Same thing they do with the Bluetooth stuff. I will agree that unless you had an SUV or something, like what we would do is we'd drive in and then you'd bring a bunch of like pillows and blankets and you'd open up the back of your sedan or whatever and you just lay in there. It was pretty nice.
We would back up her SUV, open the tailgate, put a couple of lawn chairs out, sit a cooler between us. have some like we brought food from like a restaurant sitting back behind us in the back of the car. Wonderful.
And people see over you? Like if you open the tailgate way up like that?
It wasn't crowded enough that we're stacking deep. You know what I mean?
Like, be honest, Kyle.
Plenty of room. What?
Did you care?
About
right,
what?
If you couldn't
if anybody could see
that much.
God, gun them down right there. What are they going to do?
Well, he wears a cowboy hat at normal movie theaters.
You just wave them. Go around. Go around.
Woody,
howdy, partner.
Woody, they do the one that I went to did it like checkerboard. So you were already like there was an empty space in front of you, and that was your like porch. So if you wanted to set up chairs,
we'd get there early sometimes, and we'd all have chairs. It'd be me. It'd be like a triple date or something like that, or me and her and all of her friends, and booze and food, and it was great. I loved it. And look, I would prefer to be in a regular theater. Absolutely.
But you could probably tell me any social engagement right now, and I'd be like, "That sounds great." I mean, you got so cabin fucking fevered here.
My girlfriend was literally like, one of her friends texted her and was like, "I'm going to this reopen the economy march, the St. Louis one," and she came to me and was like, "I'm thinking about going to this," and I was like, "You don't even want it reopened. You just want to go somewhere for social stuff," and she was like. You're right. I was looking for any kind of excuse to get out of the house. Just she doesn't even believe in that and go protest to be like, I'm just here for the fresh air, man.
She should have that sign. Keep it closed, but I wanted
to fresh air.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
You just have a giant hula hoop on with spikes on it, keep everybody away.
I mowed my yard yesterday. It was nice to get outside and be in the sun and good. Kyle.
Yeah, it must be nice.
I'll say the same thing. I was outside my yard yesterday, and it was beautiful. You were saying it's a little too chilly right now. I dig that. Oh, for swimming for sure. But chilling in the backyard, I really enjoyed it. I just got a fire. I had all this excess wood, and I don't know how to like throw that away. So I got a fire pit. So I'm just back there burning my fire, burning all this excess wood I've got, like
creating stars.
Nice.
Making stars.
Yes.
Making stars.
And, I don't know how
it floats up into the sky, become stars. You don't know enough about science to dispute it, so don't even try.
That's one of the funniest lines in Sunny history.
I watched another movie. Like the other day, I was saying that I watched Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage, and I didn't know whether I liked it or not, and I still don't. I still don't know if I liked it or not because it was so fucking weird. I was like, this is one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, and the characters are pants on head, retardedly dumb, and making outrageously stupid choices. It's almost a comedy at this point. A couple nights ago, I watched The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Worthwhile?
Fuck, I don't know. Again, it was so bizarre. First of all, black and white and not widescreen. Standard, like
4x3.
4x3. 4x3, black and white. Two men are stationed at a lighthouse. Willem Dafoe is a veteran of doing this, and Robert Pattinson, our Batman-to-be fella, good-looking gentleman, is the new recruit. He's he just has started this, and he's like the junior officer. He has to take commands from Willem Dafoe. The acting's incredible, absolutely amazing. There are soliloquies. There are speeches given. There's old-timey sea captain prayers at dinner. It's great to just listen to. But the subject matter, maybe rented it.
This sounds awesome. I got to watch this now.
Okay, well, I haven't gotten to all the parts that are so goddamn bizarre that I don't understand the movie. And
you're not saying bad. You're just saying bizarre. That's intriguing.
Incredibly bizarre. There's a little bit of Greek mythology mixed in if you want to dig deeply enough.
I'm with it.
There are mind.
I play Age of Mythology. I know my Greek mythology.
It's like an hour and 40-minute acid trip in black and white with lots of masturbation, lots of farting.
Keep it coming. This is it.
Blood, gore, animal
just
destruction.
The way I live. Yeah.
There's quite a bit. There's a few turds.
Does most of the movie focus on just not the outside world, just them in the lighthouse?
There is no outside world.
See, I don't know what that genre is called, but when there are movies, and usually they're shitty horror, but I love shitty horror, so that plays in for me, where everybody's stuck in a situation like in a house, or they're all on a boat, or they can't leave a certain room. Like, I don't know. I like those kind
of
movies
lighthouse
trapped.
So the deal is, and Robert Pattinson spells this out at one point. Again, no spoilers. he's just like, I was looking for a job. Willem Dafoe's asked him, like, how'd you get into this? And he's like, look, I heard that you could make $400, even $600, or $400 up to $1,000 a year being a lighthouse, being a wiki, we'll just call it, the lighthouse guy, being a wiki out here. I figure that much money, and the farther you are away from shore, the more money you make. I figured this was the job for me, and I get this money, and I do this, and that, and the other with it. It's just the two of them on this island, and when I say island, I mean like
it's like a rocky outpost.
You can walk across the island in 10 minutes, no problem. And there's a lighthouse on it. There's a small shelter, and there's a generator that's like coal fed to run it, like an air horn that's always going off, like to warn ships away. And Willem Dafoe is like, yeah. Willem Dafoe
is that always in the movie too? A faint hum of a horn? Because
I don't know if I can handle it.
Full volume.
It comes and goes.
The mic right there.
It comes and goes. There's plenty of scenes without it. But Willem Dafoe is very domineering, and they're supposed to share the duty of going up to the very tip top of the lighthouse and operating the bulb or whatever, the flame it is. Willem Dafoe's like, she's mine. You don't touch her. You don't even get to see her. Now you get back to your duties. And he's just like, the book says that we're supposed to share duties. The only book on this island is my book. The guy's just like, all right, well, I'm new here. Now you swab that deck, and you swab it good. I already swabbed it twice. You'll swab it till your knuckles are bleeding. If I tell you to pull every nail out of this building and suck the rust off of them until they're shining, and then build the whole thing again, you'll do it and you'll like it. And he's just like, fuck, all right.
Sounds good. I'm watching this.
Yeah, watch it and let me know what you think, because after I was done, I wished I hadn't watched it. It was just too much for me with the
It's a bit of morality about easy money, huh? That's what you just learned from that.
There's a little bit of that built in there, but there's also a lot of insanity built in there. I don't know what the movie was about yet. I probably need to watch. Yeah. I'm usually really good at this. Like, I get it. This time I was just like, the fuck did I just watch? And why was there so much gore?
That genre you just described, what the fuck did I just watch, is my dad's favorite genre of movie. And anytime I get a movie recommendation, he'll be like, oh, I just saw this really great movie. And he'll send me an email, and I would look at that email and I'll be like, I don't know if I want to do that to myself tonight. Like, there's no way it's going to be an enjoyable movie. I'm not point going to finish that movie and be like, this was great. I'm going to be like, what the fuck was that? And why did I watch that? Is the only outcome that can come out of that.
I kind of like that when I finish a movie sometime. Like one that I'm like, what the fuck was that about? And you kind of, let it marinate for a bit. And
it's free on Prime. I just rememred. It's free on Amazon Prime. So
but that's like something you want as like a mood, right? Like you have a mood, you want to watch something easy, you want like an action in the background or something. You want to enjoy, you want a comedy, you want to laugh at something. This is like one you want to feel bad about yourself or something. Like my dad's movies are like, it's that genre. It's like, you don't know what the fuck happened. Everyone's kind of an asshole. You kind of hate everyone in it. You wish you hadn't seen it. And you're like, is that a good movie? I don't know.
This one's mind bending. I after I was done with it, I had a couple of theories that to name them would spoil the film, but I wasn't sure. And I wasn't even sure that the filmmakers knew what the movie was about or what had actually occurred in the movie. So yeah, check it out if you're into that sort of thing. It's free on Prime. It's about an hour and 40 minutes long. It's not one of these, it's not like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I highly recommend, which is like 3 hours long or over 3 hours or something. Maybe 2 hours, 40 minutes. I don't recall exactly.
It's like Lord of the Ringsy in length. Yeah. Which is long.
Yeah. Totally worth it. Brad Pitt won an Oscar for that. I didn't realize that until last night. I didn't watch the Oscars this year.
Speaking of, I was talking about like feel good stuff. Last night I watched Jackass 2 and Jackass 3 back to back. And man, those movies are so nostalgic and they just make me feel good. And like, you remember the fun times and, high school or whenever it was watching them. Those, and they hold up. They're so fucking funny.
New Jackass next year.
See, I don't know about it now because they're all like 40 to 45 and sober.
It's like Heather Brooke coming out of retirement. Jackass 3 or whatever it is now, 4. Like, I don't know that I want to watch this guy.
It hurts more. Now. That should be the title. Jackass 8. Now it really hurts.
Right?
I mean, it was funny.
Now we don't heal anymore.
2 and Jackass 3, because Jackass 2, Steve-O was still getting like fucked up, and they'll be like, Steve-O, you're new. He's like, oh yeah, dude, I'm totally down to do that, man. And then Jackass 3, they'll be like, we're gonna have you dance across fiery coals, and he'll be like, okay, and then he like falls into the coals and burns himself really badly, and he's in the back of an ambulance, and he's like, yeah, dude, like a normal person would probably ask for a pain pill right now. And Johnny Knoxville's like, not for you though. You've already cashed in your chips on that. No thanks.
You've had enough.
Yeah, you've had
Hey,
enough.
he's
Steve was just like there. Steve was just there shaking in pain. Just dude. No, that's so funny.
Steve-O's fake teeth look great. Like a lot of people get
they're
false
veneers.
teeth. Yeah, they're veneers. A lot of people get veneers or even implants, and you're like, good God, dude, I know they're fucking $12,000, but did you have to make them look like they cost $1,000? Like,
yeah. Well, you know who has veneers that I think you might have. T. Martin. T. Martin got veneers ages ago.
Yeah, and they look great.
And he's like one of the when he got them, I went through the whole list. I'm like, you don't have to do shit. And he's like, honestly, never gonna brush my teeth again if I didn't want to. I do, but like, you're just good to go. Like, there's nothing that
is not the approach to take.
No, he's like, if I wanted to.
Look,